On this episode, there's some serious drama on the set of Fast and the Furious 8, and I review the new film Suicide Squad. All this and more on this episode of Will Weekly. Suicide Squad made over $135 million at the box office in its opening weekend, breaking the record for the month of August. So is the movie any good? I'm here to give you a review. This movie takes place right after the events of Batman vs. Superman, and the secret government agency puts together this group of criminals in case the world is ever threatened again by some kind of super being, and let's say Superman is not there to defend them. So they put together this team of criminals called the Suicide Squad.
I want to assemble a task force of the most dangerous people on the planet.
They're bad guys. Worst of the worst.
Let's start with the good. First of all, this has to be the funnest and funniest DC film that I can remember. This is almost erasing my memory of the Green Lantern. And for starters, first of all, when I go see a DC film, I get a little bit worried. I still get flashbacks of the Green Lantern. I had high hopes for that movie and I was just totally disappointed. So ever since then, DC, I don't trust you. So anyway, let's start with the good. Like I said, this has to be the funniest film of DC has ever made because these characters are a bunch of characters. They're all a little bit crazy in their own way. And Will Smith is just Will Smith. He nails this movie. He brings a lot of charisma, and so does Margot Robbie, who plays Harley Quinn. So those two, in between Deadshot and Harley Quinn, those two can make their own movie, and I could just watch it for 2 hours. I really like the first act of this movie where they introduce all the characters. It was kind of done in flashback sequences. That's when you see a little bit of Batman. By the way, all the Batman scenes were awesome. I was like, I kind of want to see a movie like this where Batman is taking out different criminals and different supervillains. So it was fun, it was light, it felt like some kind of crazy music video. It felt very different than any film I've seen in terms of comic book movies or superhero movies. The villain is kind of like this creepy creature or ghost that you would see in a movie like The Ring, or like let's say Lights Out. It was that kind of villain, and I actually kind of liked that because it was a little bit different. It made it a little bit creepy. It kind of made it like a scary movie. And so that combination of supervillains and this creepy main villain made it feel a little bit of like Hellboy. And I've always been a big fan of Hellboy because it's not your traditional superhero movie. It's like these outcasts that are trying to do good, and that's what Suicide Squad felt for me. And especially the first and second act are very strong. Now, let's go to the bad, what I didn't like so much about this movie. The third act gets a little out of control. Some things start to not make so much sense. Characters that you think are dead, that you obviously saw them get injured, are not dead. They just come back like nothing happened. Also, one of the main problems I have with this film is the way Jared Leto played the Joker. I understand he was trying to do something different. It really looked like he was trying hard to do something interesting with this character, but I couldn't help but compare it to Heath Ledger's Joker, and I just wasn't feeling it because he just didn't come across as this menacing Joker the way, let's say, Heath Ledger played the Joker. He was crazy, yeah, but he kind of felt more like the way Jim Carrey did The Mask, or Dave Chappelle's Rick James. Like, these characters are funny and crazy, but he didn't feel menacing and dangerous, and that's one of the main things that I feel the Joker should be. He should, above all, not just crazy, he should be dangerous and menacing. I never got that from Jared Leto's Joker. Okay, so overall, I'm giving this movie 4 out of 5 stars. I know the critics killed it, but I don't care. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. Good job, DC. You know, I was a little bit scared going into this movie because I still get Green Lantern flashbacks. I think, oh my God, Green Lantern. Why? They ruined my childhood. I used to love Green Lantern. Anyway, but overall, 4 out of 5 stars. I thought it was a fun movie to watch. I would love to see a sequel to this. I mean, it made a lot of money, so I think it's gonna happen. It hasn't been greenlit yet, but with over $400 million at the box office so far, how can they not make a sequel? I would look forward to that. Moving on to some movie news, there is some serious drama going on the set of Fast and the Furious 8, and it all started when The Rock posted this Instagram. My female co-stars are always amazing and I love them. My male co-stars, however, are a different story. Some conduct themselves as stand-up men and true professionals, while others don't. The ones that don't are too chicken shit to do anything about it anyway. Candy asses. When you watch this movie next April and it seems like I'm not acting in some of these scenes and my blood is legit boiling, you're right. Rumor has it that Vin Diesel and The Rock have been feuding on set for months now, and it's gotten so bad that it's been hard to finish filming some of the scenes and it's really holding back production. Some of the crew members are saying that since Vin Diesel has a producer title, that he's becoming a little bit of a diva and acting above everybody. And also it turns out Vin Diesel is mad at The Rock because The Rock's been showing up late to set sometimes, and sometimes he hasn't shown up, and it's also been holding back production. So more details have been coming out little by little now that this feud is out there. I personally believe that this is all part of The Rock's plan because he is such a marketing genius. I mean, any project that The Rock is involved in, he knows how to market it, and this is going to bring a lot of interest and attention to the film. Because, for example, me, I really wasn't looking forward to watching this Fast 8. I mean, how many Fast and the Furious movies can you make? I had absolutely no interest about this movie, but now that this is going on, I want to see how this plays out when the movie comes out. I want to see if you really see this tension between Vin Diesel and The Rock in this movie. So if that was their plan, if that was their intent to bring more interest to this movie, they did it. I'm interested. I can't wait to watch the movie. I want to see what happens. So like I said, I think this is a whole big master plan to get people interested in this franchise. Again, nobody markets a movie better than The Rock. Well, that's all for today's show. Thank you for watching. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about Suicide Squad, and let me know what you think about this drama with Vin Diesel and The Rock. Please subscribe. Peace.